It's week 1 of the National Football League, and it's presented by EA Sports. It's the Texans and the Jets. All that and more coming up next.
Charles and I have been looking forward to this one all week, and off we go from MetLife Stadium. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Open man right side, Myers. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's second and a yard from the 34. First run of the game here for Dameon Pierce. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Boy, fingers crossed here. First quarter of a new season, already an injury. And while they attend to him, we'll step aside. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. He'll look to throw. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Back to throw here. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one. Well, just the last thing you want to see here in the first quarter of a new season. Hopefully nothing serious. We'll step aside for a moment. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Had to get in there and knock another one away. I think maybe that tougher rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder. Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. That'll go as a count of 42, 7 on the return. And the Jets will take over first and 10. So here come the Jets for their initial possession of the game. They'll be led out by the former Cal Bear, Aaron Rodgers. There have been very few quarterbacks in the NFL who have been as consistent throughout their career as Aaron Rodgers. He's been good for so long, and we've seen no decline in his skills. His accuracy and arm strength continue to elevate the talent around him, and his in-game mistakes, few and far between. Rodgers now on first down. Open man here is Gentry. Will go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up second down. First carry for the Iowa State man, Breece Hall. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Here's Rodgers. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And the Texans are going to take possession of the football. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection. And now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League. And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the sixth sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Myers. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards. A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal. Back to throw. Toward the pylon, caught. Touchdown, Texans. Jacoby Myers.
10 yards out. And the Texans take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Extra point by Butker is on target, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their second drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Over the middle, complete. It's Hall. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play call to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Rodgers' throw here going to be caught by Wilson. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 43. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. First carry now for Ramondre Stevenson. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 18. Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. And he will find his man on the outside. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. On play action, now Rodgers. They'll roll him out right. Tries the right side, finding Woods here. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Play action, now it's Rodgers. And probably the wise decision there. No one open, he just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Houston set to take over. As the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but We know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for a save. Lots of 10 as multiple defenders get to it.
Well, that's the second time he's been sacked so far in the first half. And if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so they can throw the football.
And now the throw here is incomplete. And with that, we come to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 7-3 the score. Texans football to start quarter two. To punt on fourth down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Taking it about the 36. It's a 47-yard punt, but they did give up 10 on the return. And the Jets will take over. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. They also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
But in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Straight ahead is Hall. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Hall again on 2nd down. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Made the quick throw there outside the numbers, and you can feel the thought process. They just wanted to get in his hands and let him make a play. But how about the job they did defensively to keep him bottled up? Instead, they tackle him for a loss.
Taking in left side, it's Wilson. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Rodgers going to throw. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Leonard Floyd, the old Georgia Bulldog, finding his way into the backfield. And his kick here is good. And get it back with a point at 7-6. So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hold. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up.
We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
They'll drop to throw. He completes it to Boyd.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Pierce will try to pick it up. Good move at the 30. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line.
They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
First down, they go right back to Pierce.
No dice this go around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
On 2nd down, here's Pierce.
Yeah, they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2.
61 yards rushing for him in his first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal.
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And they are able to add on to their advantage.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And the lead is up to 8. So that one, an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. But now this offense comes back out onto the field.
They've been settling quite a bit. They've been able to move the football some, but they've just been settling. That's one of the reasons they're down on the scoreboard.
I love that word you picked. Because nowadays in this NFL, you're thinking touchdown almost every drive because everything's so high-powered. Yeah, you'll take the field goal, but you always feel like you're leaving points out there when you don't put it in the end zone.
They'll be trying to put it in the end zone here on this drive.
The pass there over the middle to start things out.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. On play action, Rodgers. Short pass caught by the tight end Gentry. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. The catch and run good for 18 and a first down. Throwing is Rodgers. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
They'll toss it out right here to Hall.
And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set them back for second down.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Now on 2nd and 16, Rodgers.
He finds Wilson.
And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 13-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Rolling to his right. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that will bring up second down.
Back to the ground with Hall.
And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown.
Breece Hall.
A 9-yard touchdown run.
And the Jets get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. So the first drive ended in 3. This time they take it down and punch it in the end zone.
So that first drive felt like they were just gathering knowledge, didn't it? Just enough to kick the field goal on the first one. And the second time, they put it all together and got it all the way to the end zone.
And that's caught at the 2. And he will get into the end zone again. And he seems to have a nose for him as he gets both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. The Texans with the football here late in this first half as they will take over here with a little more than 30 seconds remaining.
Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Looking sideline, and he's going to have his man as he was able to walk the tightrope there for the completion. The gain of 5, and it's second down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Second and 5. And his throw is incomplete. He was looking to get it to Jarvis Landry that time. And it's 3rd and 5.
Not sure what happened there, but he just didn't get the right read on the coverage that time. Pass wasn't where it needed to be, and that'll send them back to the drawing board.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They'll look to throw again. Looking middle, and that's complete. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Butker's kick here is good, and they take a 17-14 lead. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
This taken in at the goal line.
So we've reached halftime here on opening.
It looks like we'll have to wait another week to get our first halftime report of the season as we move right along to the second half.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. the Jets head out on offense here to start this third quarter. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Up the middle, here's Stevenson.
And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
But when you go from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 3, that just tells you who won that battle on the last play, huh?
Yeah, first round went to the offense, second round the defense.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. That'll be complete to Allen Lazard.
And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
To throw is Rodgers. Got a man here, it's Wilson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
Here's a give to Hall.
And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Rodgers. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Here's a quick throw out to Wilson. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
A give running right is Hall.
And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of power.
Touchdown, Jets! A great play there. With his first career touchdown in his first career game.
And the Jets have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half.
That will make this a 4-point game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
Here's the Texans offense now, readying for their first possession of the second half.
And Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, 1-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth, almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side, trying to match each other.
And he'll get a couple up to the 29.
2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Houston. This is brought in at the 21. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Now Aaron Rodgers and the offense heading back onto the field. Last series, the ball never hit the ground. 6 of 6, touchdown pass, so whatever he did then, do it again, right?
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of when I watch the best quarterbacks throw 7-on-7 or even routes versus air. They're accurate. The receivers catch it. The ball never touches the ground. Or if you want to take it to basketball, a well-executed fast break, right? Pass, 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 finish at the rim, basket. Yeah, ball never hits the ground there either.
On 2nd down, it's Stevenson. And not much room to speak of. He'll get about 3 up to the 41. They'll try and run for the first with Stevenson. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on 3rd down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right. They need to stem the tide a little bit. That's certainly. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. On play action, it's Rodgers. He'll get this underneath to Stevenson. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
The defense was ready for the back to leak out and even had a second player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling a back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort, turn it into a successful play.
And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 38-yard line. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hall. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. On 2nd down, a run with Hall. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31. Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. To throw, it's Rodgers. Able to find Lazard. And he is going to have a Jets 1st down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards. Rodgers now on 1st down. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. 2nd and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener. Shotgun now for Rodgers. This pass out wide to Hall. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to.
And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. 22-yard touchdown. Jets are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. Extra point right down the middle, and that pushes the lead up to 11. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff. Back now here at MetLife Stadium, where the 4th quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Houston's offense taking over again, and the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. He'll look to throw. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. He'll drop to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. Well, you always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
A give for Stevenson, running right.
And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense, and know what they say. Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down.
Taking in left side, it's Wilson.
And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain. Rodgers to throw for it on 4th. Open man here is Gentry. And he's going to have the Jets first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive.
And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one.
We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium.
A handoff for Hall.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
So 5 yards there is where the big guys up front moved.
And in a 4-3 front, you've got the 2 defensive tackles right near the football. I know there's a lot of movement around there, but they're always taught to have one eye on the football. Apparently, that didn't happen.
And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38.
Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. They run once more with Stevenson.
Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
I'm sure that that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick. That run wasn't a big breaker, but I don't think the guys on offense mind very much. They've got a nice drive going, and they might just be luring the defense in a little bit. They can probably come back with a play action, maybe go over the top. But right now, on this drive, their playbook is open.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll bring up 4th down. And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. But time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now out comes Houston.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body.
And the Jets are going to take possession of the football. Stevenson now on 1st and 10.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
As a coaching staff, you can call just about whatever you want because you understand you have guys who reliably take away those massive shots downfield. You're not as worried about giving up the big one.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone. This is going to wind up a safety. Well, there is still time to recover from this. It remains a two-score game even with the 2 points there. But let's just say things not trending in the right direction.
I like that phrase. I'm going to say it along with you. Things are definitely not trending in the right direction. They needed something on that drive. Instead, they gave up 2 points and a lot of hope.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. He gets it underneath to Hall. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll bring up 2nd down. And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning. Throwing again on 2nd down. Rodgers, throw left side complete. That's Wilson. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. They'll run with Hall. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Straight ahead, it's Stevenson. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Rodgers throwing here. Short pass caught by the tight end Gentry. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Throwing now is Rodgers. And to the left side here, Wilson. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Only able to gain a couple there. And it'll be 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he's going to have the Jets 1st down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. And again, it's Rodgers. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Mark. From 3 yards out. And the Jets are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. After a breakdown, and that pushes the lead